And one other one on Nikki Haley. She also said that a vote for President Biden is a vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. What do you say to anyone who is questioning whether the president would survive a full 4-year term?
So let me just say this. I'm not going to comment on the 2024. She is a candidate, so I want to be very careful here. And we do follow the Hatch Act, so I want to be really, really mindful here. Look, this is a president, if you look at his track record, and I'm saying this more broadly, if you look at what he's been able to do, he has been able to push forward and get done historic pieces of legislation.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and Fox News correspondent Jacqui Heinrich bit off more than she could chew during a White House press briefing on Monday. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre fielded the Fox reporter's opinion-laced question about whether Joe Biden would be able to survive another term. Heinrich alleged that President Biden is facing questions about his age and his health.
He has gotten more done than any other president when you think about the infrastructure legislation. When you think about the last president, it was a joke. We were talking about Infrastructure Week. It was literally a joke.
Far-right jackaloons have been quick to say that because Joe Biden tripped on a sandbag in Colorado Springs, that he is unable to lead the country now. Joe Biden is healthy. Joe Biden can ride a bicycle and run a 5K. Donald Trump could barely walk down a ramp at West Point, much less walk up a ramp at altitude in Colorado. The Fox reporter then had to sit there in her own dirty diaper as Jean-Pierre ran a clinic on how to deal with idiotic journalists with twisted agendas.
When you think about being for Medicare, being able to negotiate and lower cost for Americans, that matters. That matters to the American people. When you think about actually creating jobs, good paying jobs, which is part of this president's economic policy, that matters to the American people. The president literally just was able to get done a bipartisan agreement on the budget, which many people didn't think he would be able to get done.
As to Heinrich's one-liner that a vote for Biden is a vote for Kamala Harris, Jean-Pierre handled it with the class and integrity that she is known for. She cited the Hatch Act for her reason in not entertaining the Fox correspondent's moronic theories. Jean-Pierre then proceeded to serve up some humble pie for crow-eating Jacqui Heinrich.
He really had one of the best midterm outcome for a new Democratic president in 60 years. In 60 years. And so, look, I'll leave you with a quote here. Here's something that I think that was said a couple days ago. It's a Huffington Post headline. After calling Joe Biden senile, Republicans complain he outsmarted them.
Instead of talking about the vice president running for re-election, Jean-Pierre began citing a list of Joe Biden's accomplishments. She boldly asserted that Joe Biden has been able to push forward historic pieces of legislation. And she's right, too. President Biden is having a truly historic presidency. In diplomatic fashion, Jean-Pierre referred to the Trump administration as a joke, talking about his puny infrastructure week. She said it was literally a joke. She poked the reporter in the eye, saying that now we have a president that talks about infrastructure decade and is out there lowering costs for Americans, and that matters to the American people. In reality, one could go on and on listing the accomplishments that Joe Biden has had while in office. It is absolutely irrelevant that he is 80 years old. The clowns at Fox are trying to push a falsehood, and it's despicable. Fox isn't new to defamation lawsuits, however. Fox settled with Dominion voting systems over false claims associated with Donald Trump's election lies. They had to pay $787 million. Remember that? Other potentially bigger lawsuits are pending, and Fox is still awaiting accountability on several fronts. So to send one of your crackpot reporters to try and trip up a true professional like Karine Jean-Pierre is either stupid or intentional. But in Fox's case, it's likely that both situations apply. The press secretary made the Fox reporter look like a bumbling idiot, which wasn't that much of a stretch. Jacqui Heinrich got schooled, and it was epic. And that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.